What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pens and Tea. My name is Carrie, and today we are talking about a chocolate ice cream cake tea and the very cheap and economical Pilot Varsities. Guys, I gotta say, I tried to get real fancy with this tea today. Oh yeah. Check out that foam. Am I not basic biatching or what? Yep. That's happening. I decided, you know what? It's ice cream cake. Let's get friggin' fancy. And so I tried to foam some milk, and that was only my second attempt at ever doing it. And I gotta say, I think I did that pretty well. Just a little like $15 aerator thing that you just like kind of heat up your milk and then you foam it. And then you just pour it in, top it off with the foam that you created, and enjoy. Oh, damn, that's good. So this is ice cream cake from David's Tea. Very much like the chocolate cake one in a previous video I've done. I believe it was the Lamy Safari, the dark lilac edition is when I talked about this chocolate cake version. But this is the part of the Easter range. As of the shooting today, which is Friday the 8th of April, you can still buy this for $8.50 per 50 grams. It's part of the Easter range, so it won't be around much longer. But that said, the only people that will enjoy this are people who like very sweet dessert teas. It's called ice cream cake, and it's called that for a reason. This, I mean, you can even just see in here. It's got sprinkles in it. It's got actually dried, like freeze-dried pieces of ice cream in there, so it's definitely sweet. I put about 2 teaspoons into my cup. I let it steep for about 7 minutes because I like it to be stronger, and just at regular boiling temperature is fine. But if you like something that legitimately tastes like ice cream cake, then this would be a good one for you guys to check out. Like I said, I'm not sure if it's going to be around much longer, but they are coming out with their iced tea versions very, very shortly, so stay tuned for those. And I want to talk about the Pilot Varsities. I have a bunch of them here, 7. I bought the pack of 7, but just for the sake of convenience, I'm only going to hold up one. These pens are actually really great. They are disposable fountain pens. You can buy them just single or in the pack like I did. They're very cheap. On their own, they're about $3, or you can do a pack of 7 for $21, which is insanely cheap considering they are preloaded with ink. The nibs are very basic. You know, there's not a whole lot to the overall design of this pen, but if you've never used a fountain pen, you want to get somebody into fountain pens, you want to get kids into fountain pens, anything like that, these are really, really great options to go with. Like I said, they're cheap, they're disposable, so once you're done, you can throw them out, which isn't always the best thing, you know, kind of hurting the environment that way, but as a first-time try, that's a really cool thing that you can do. They're quite durable, so, I mean, you can kind of like just knock them around. You can just toss them in your backpack, do whatever you want. Pretty much you can treat these like you would a ballpoint. And they're dependable. I've had this pack of 7 for about a year and a half now. I use them sparingly up until the last week or so when I've really been getting into them so that I can talk to you intelligently about them. And every single one of them started up without issue. No hard starts, no skips, no nothing. I have the medium nibs. I believe you can get fines as well. But the mediums to me are perfect. They are Pilot brand, so Japanese brand, so they're a little on the finer side of medium. So if you are one to typically like broads or double broads, stubs, anything like that, medium's probably going to be a little too fine for you. I don't believe that these come in anything other than fine or medium, but I could be wrong. At least I haven't seen anything other than fines or mediums. If you like extra fines, basically the finer you can get it, the better. Definitely go with the fine because the medium will probably be too big. But I find them perfect. The only downsides really to these pens is kind of the counterparts to the positives. The fact that they are cheap, they are durable, they are disposable, they are preloaded. All those conveniences could also be downsides for some people. So you can't refill them with the ink of your choice. You do have to go with whatever color, in this case it's purple, is preloaded. And it is a little bit juvenile looking. It's certainly nothing fancy. But really, for a $3 pen, I don't see why it should be a problem. And they're actually really great writers. The clips are a little flimsy. It's pretty much just bendable plastic. So, I mean, that's probably not the greatest thing. But other than that, guys, I really have no complaint about them. I'm very surprised. They're very smooth writers for being like just $3 pens. Out of the 7 that I have, only one of them has a little teeny weeny bit of scratchiness to it. But 6 out of 7 being perfect is not that bad. So let's jump over to the writing sample, guys. I have a little bit more to say about them, and then we will go from there. So I've done a little quick, just the name of it and a little bit of a swatch so that you can get a general idea for the colors. I'm not a huge fan of the red. The camera actually makes it seem a little bit darker than it is in real life. But all the other colors are actually pretty spot on. The red one is just a little bit more pale in real life. So you can post these, by the way, I forgot to tell you that earlier. But other than that, you can't do anything to them. You can't disassemble it, you can't do anything. They're just kind of disposable pens. But that said, let's get into the writing sample. Guys, these pens are actually phenomenal. I mean, the nib is kind of boring to look at. There's nothing really going on there. But they're super smooth. You're not going to get really any line variation out of them. I mean, they are very stiff steel nibs. But considering, you know, that they're just disposable nothings, I'm really impressed with the smoothness. The ink flow is pretty decent. Again, for being preloaded, pre-everything, they come out fairly wet. Depending on the color, I have noticed slight more wet to slight drier, but overall I'd say they're pretty dang good. And reverse writing, works like a dream, guys. It comes out pretty wet, not scratchy at all. You're not going to get a crazy amount of difference as far as the width wise, but you will get certainly a little bit finer this way. But like I said, I've never had any hard starts. I've never had any skips. I haven't had anything really go wrong with these pens. And like I said, considering how long I've had them for, I'm really impressed. You know, just for a little snap cap. And you can see there's the ink windows, so you can see that ink kind of sloshing around. So you know when you're about to get empty. But I don't see anyone really going through these too quickly. They do have a pretty decent amount of ink in them. It can be a little bit hard to see depending on lighting. The ink flowing around inside if you get like one of the black ones. But I'm sure, like, you know, once it gets down towards the end, you'll be able to. But in the like lighter ones, you'll definitely be able to see them. But guys, that's about it. Really, these are great pens. I'm very surprised. You know, when you think of a $3 fountain pen, I did not have high hopes whatsoever. But I'm pleasantly surprised. I would absolutely recommend these. They would be great, like I said, for getting kids into it, people who've never used fountain pens. They'd be phenomenal for travel because they're super durable, they're super cheap, they're preloaded, so you don't have to worry about ink. These are really great, and I'm very, very impressed. Would I replace all of the pens I currently have and use Pilot Varsities for the rest of my life? No, definitely not. I think each pen has their own time and place, but these are certainly worth, investing $3 to $21 depending on which ones you want. Absolutely. But guys, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up. If you super liked it, hit that subscribe button. And as always, do not be afraid to leave any questions, comments, or concerns down in the comment box below. I do read them all, and I try to answer them all in a timely fashion. Awesome. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.